What it is, guys, this is Shidino and we are doing another review, and the game is called This Way Madness Lies. It is published by Limited Run Games. I don't know who developed it. It's an action RPG which is set in the style of a fast-paced turn-based JRPG comedy where you have to save the worlds of Shakespeare from the forces of nightmare. The story starts off in a city of Verona, Italy, a town for lovers, and giant mutant flower attacks. So yeah, that's how it starts off. As a leader of the Stratford-upon-Avon High Drama Society, Imogen is no ordinary girl. Sure, she goes to school every day, helps produce plays for the community, but beyond that, she's a magical girl. With her powers, she can teleport to alternate dimensions based on Shakespeare plays, fight back the forces of nightmare, and still be back in time for dinner. With her friends Imogen, Paulina and Viola, Rosalind, Miranda, Beatrice, Kate, they join her on an epic adventure throughout the Shakespearean metaverse in this comedy JRPG. It has no accessibility tools, but that's just one of those things because it's just one of those. It's a very small base game, and we'll get into the customization. As I said before, there are multiple characters that you can have. Imogen, Paulina, Viola, Rosalind, Miranda, Beatrice and Kate. Those are the characters that you'll be able to build a team with, and you'll be able to go on these adventures, and you'll be able to play through this fast-paced JRPG styled action adventure JRPG comedy. Now it allows you to have unique turn-based combat. It doesn't really have a lot in the way of customization of the physical characters, but you can customize their skills and talents and items that they have. Is very unique in that way. You get to hang out with friends, put on plays, you have loads of different Shakespearean dialogue to basically allows you to switch between old English and the new variant of the English, which is done in the way that the developer has styled it. And it's called, they have a new English translator which is 110% accurate apparently. You have unite abilities, and you can which teaches you, the game is very unique where it will teach you how to do things as you play. You can get pets, and the pacing of the game is at a nice even kill, so it doesn't feel like you're wasting your time or you're sat there doing a lot of nothing. It's actually very well done in that regard. I feel like the game definitely has some unique features to it in the way it allows you to customize it, but those features are in keeping with the style of the game. It's definitely a very cookie cutter mold when it comes to the genre. It's definitely done in a sprite style, and it does have unique things that make it fun to play. I feel like the fact that this is a Switch game does allow for a certain style to be leaned into more than what would be acceptable on other consoles or on PC, because the Switch is a lower powered device and therefore can't push the higher resolutions and the higher graphical fidelities and stuff like that. But I feel like this style of gameplay actually leans heavily into this. It is very reminiscent of something like Shining Force and Shining Force 2 in the way that it looks when it comes to the battle scenes, in my opinion, and I feel like that does add a uniqueness to the game. Now it is definitely one that will be aimed at a niche audience, fans of JRPGs, fans of Shakespeare, fans of sprite style gameplay, retro stuff. This is definitely one that I feel is aimed towards them. It's definitely one where people may not like that, but the recommendations are for people, in my opinion, content creators and gamers alike. It's definitely one that would benefit from, I feel, the focus from content creators to shine a light on a game that would probably otherwise go overlooked because of the fact that it's very reminiscent of other games, and people will say, oh, it's just a clone or such and such. But I feel like that's not the case here. It does a very good job of what it is, and it's very transparent in the way it tells its story. I like the way it does it, and I feel like that means that, in my opinion, it would lead towards higher recommendations for casuals, hardcores, fans of the genre, which is the RPG turn-based genre, people who like Switch games, people who are fans of limited run games. It definitely leans towards a specific market, and it does shine in that light. I feel like it does have a lot of options and has a lot of potential to do very well in its genre specific market if people give it that chance and give it a go. Definitely is aimed at the anime weeby style in the fact that it's magic girls. The gameplay features are really quite unique in the fact that it's basically a comedy JRPG set in Shakespearean worlds. I thought that is definitely unique gameplay features, and if you can hear drills in the background, I have workmen outside my house and I apologize for that. It's just, that's all I can do. I have soundproofed as much as I can, but they're using the loud industrial equipment. But anyway, it's one of those. It has multi-character unite abilities. It's got a lot of unique gameplay features. I feel like the game definitely is fun for its aimed market and would do very well. Now we'll get into my final thoughts of the game. I feel like it's definitely one where it is aimed at a specific audience, and that shines through very clearly. It's definitely aimed at the more lower res hardware, and I feel like that is where it's been aimed for very heavily, because it's definitely in that style of sprites, low graphical processing, and it does lean towards that quite heavily, and I feel like that's not a bad thing. I feel like they've aimed at a market that they know that they can hit, and it's published through limited run games who are amazing in what they do. And I feel like this game stands on its own in its own style, and it does a very good job of that. I just feel like if there aren't enough people shining a light on this game, it might not do well unless people can shed a light on it. I feel like it definitely has some unique styles, and you can see certain inspirations around when it comes to the game. I feel like the whole talking to your party and stuff like that is very reminiscent of games like Persona and stuff like that, and it does lean towards that. And the fact that you are still at school and you have to do the school stuff as well alongside it is very reminiscent of Persona 5. That's the best example I could give for that. And I feel like managing those kind of aspects does lean towards this style of the way that the game plays. I feel that that's not a bad thing though, but that's just my opinion, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like the review or if you like the new audio. Let me know. Sound off in the comments. Remember to go over and give it a like, comment, and share it out to people who you think might like this video. I've got loads of reviews on the channel. It's all playlisted for you. There will be a link in the end card for you, and there'll be a recommendation to another video. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.